Are you under a spell in your relationships of witchcraft? Witchcraft in relationships, how people put spells on people in relationships. I want to talk to you about this because this is very known in Africa and other countries, the power of witchcraft. But in America, we are ignorant to how witchcraft operates in people's lives, and that people can put spells on you in relationships. There are many women and there are many men that are in relationship with the opposite sex, and they don't know that the reason they're staying in that abusive relationship is because that person has did a love potion. Have sometimes they put different blood and different things, and that stuff is real in your spaghetti, in your food. That's why you got to be very careful about who you eat from and what gifts you take. Sometimes there was a man of God that had a bracelet given to a woman of God, and he had to go through deliverance. Kale just talked about that his ex-wife had put some type of spell on him, and he had to go through deliverance. And so this is very powerful, that there's a lot of witches that you might be in a relationship with. You don't never know what the person you're in a relationship with, or in a friendship, or in a relationship is not just to that. Sometimes it's church. Sometimes you're in a church where there's a heavy spirit of domination, because the way witchcraft works is through domination, control, and intimidation. And so I've been in a lot of church. I've been under leadership where there was witchcraft like that, heavy witchcraft. Everybody was scared of the leadership. There was a strong spirit of intimidation. There was a strong spirit of control, that nobody was able to think for themselves. Everybody just was a yes man to the leader. And that is a form of witchcraft. And it was fear that governed that. And there's a lot of cultic ministries like that. There's witchcraft in marriages where you're being controlled and dominated and intimidated. That's why we have to be careful in our marriages that we don't get into that spirit. There's that in even in there's that on jobs. Sometimes you can be on a job, and I've experienced this on my job, where my boss, you have a boss that calls himself a Christian, or they are, and they're dominating, they're intimidating, they're controlling, and so they're using witchcraft against you. Instead of serving with the love of God, serving from a place of humility, a Christ-like leadership, they're dictators. There's this spirit operating in relationships all around us, and we have to be discerning to discern this thing. And so my question is, are you in a relationship? Sometimes the reason you can't forget about that person is they're still cursing you, they're still talking about you, they're talking about you to their friends or people that they left the relationship with. Sometimes they go to psychics about you. Sometimes they go to other people who are praying. I know of people who have prayed their wills that men of God's wives die, or that men of God did divorces, and you wouldn't think this stuff is out there, but there are people that are having dreams about it, that are praying prayers against your marriage, against your relationships, against every area of your life. They're cursing it, they're praying against it. You leave a relationship and they're still doing hexes and vexes and putting your name on altars, and this has to be broken by the power and the fire of God.